on, folks? Basketball back here on GreenValleyConference.com. Welcome to the YouTube broadcast, of course, and our website, GreenValleyConference.com. The matchup today, two teams at 14-6 in the Lake Division of the CVC. It is the home Madison Blue Streaks boys basketball team taking on the visiting Geneva Eagles here on CVC TV. Kyle Cornell alongside AA Anthony Alford's offer. It's almost AA. I said his offer there, but still. Two teams know each other pretty well, not too far apart. This could be for the Lake Division AA. A lot on the line tonight.
Yeah, a ton at stake here as we get going. Geneva, if they win today, probably about a 99.9% shot of winning the CVC Lake Division. But if Madison wins, Madison has a shot of this division. Perry got to look out for as well as Geneva. So there's a ton at stake here tonight for the CVC Lake Division.
And immediately Geneva turns the ball over on an over and back, one that tipped went beyond the timeline backwards. So technically Madison really going to get the first offensive possession in full as we start this broadcast tonight. Three-pointer on the way is up, off back iron, no good, rebound by Geneva. Back on the Eagles. On a three-game losing streak after a hot start to the season. Middle of the year, they had a long win streak and are kind of limping in a playoff play, trying to salvage the season here at the end and try and win the division. Three-pointer up, off front iron, no good. Tipped and dragged inside. Physical play pulled back in by Geneva.
And if we got caught any hint from the JV game, there's going to be a ton of hustle on the floor.
Good contest there, and a jump ball going to get called at the end. That one should and will go to the Blue Streaks. Sub coming in right now for Madison. Great's checking into the game for Nolan Albert, of course. Here come the Blue Streaks, 14-6 again, as we mentioned, in their own right. 8-4 in Lake Division play on a two-game win streak, and they also beat Geneva in their first meeting all the way back on December 13th in overtime. Great game, 82-76. Looking for more of the same here tonight. Same result, trying to make it interesting in the Lake Division. Three-pointer on the way is good. Seth Megan knocks it down. His first three of the game, and our first points tonight here in Madison.
I'll tell you what, it gets loud in here very, very quickly. Student section has showed out for Madison here to start.
A lot of talk, obviously, about John Peter Dragus and the season he's had. Move inside. They're going to call it travel. Right there by Luke Barbo. I haven't heard his name when we've called a few Geneva football games. A couple of those guys making some cameos tonight on the floor. But again, there's too many steps on the side step going with the Euro, and ball goes back to the Blue Streaks.
And it's always telling these first initial minutes, it's always telling of where a basketball game's going to go. Good key steal for Geneva.
Great hands by Luke Smith on the inside. Back comes Geneva. That ball goes through. Turn back over. Here comes Dragus. He'll work inside. Lay it up. And he didn't get a damn one with the foul. Caden Freud trying to block the shot. And JP Dragus gets around and gets the and one. We're talking about Dragus a lot coming into this game. 28 points per game this season. He has been the lifeblood of this Madison team as they look to close the gap and try and pull lead in this Lake Division.
And you mentioned, too, we talked about it during pregame, high efficiency as far as shooting from the field. I mean, he's shooting at a pretty high percentage, and he is that scoring leader, responsible scoring leader for the Blue Streaks.
Over 48% from the field, over 38% from three alone. Mid-range shot is up, back iron, no good, grabbed inside by Dragus. He pushes the ball into the forecourt, dishing back out. Again, some ball movement issues early on. A couple teams a little sloppy there, but now controlling the pace.
And the first time you're seeing Madison slow it down, but in control of the pace here early.
They have experience with that big win against Geneva earlier in the year. Three on the way is up. It's good. JP Dragus knocks it down. 9-0 Madison in the early parts of this ballgame.
He made that shot like he was clocking in for work. Like he knew the shot was going down. It's just another day at the office.
Three-pointer is long for Andrew Oro. Snap ball going to go out of bounds and should and will go back to the Blue Streaks. Mentioned 9-0 start for Madison. JP Dragus has 6 of those 9 points. Timeout going to get called here. And a smart timeout for Geneva as they try to figure out a few things. Good chance to remind you about a presenting sponsor for CVC TV. It's the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Joe Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, in trauma reconstruction for all your oral surgery needs. Visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. Oh, you mentioned Double A gets pretty loud.
Yes, it does.
Here in the gym.
Yes, it does.
Home of the Blue Streaks, and of course, both these teams pretty good on the football field too. Got a chance to call them as the cheerleaders doing some awesome tumbling routines out there as well. Can't forget them.
Well, I'm sure Coach Bowser is saying right now, Coach Eric Bowser for Geneva, he's saying right now, look, guys, this is, yes, all the emotion that comes into this game is here. I mean, this is here. But be smart, settle down, and just dive in. Don't go faster than what the game is calling for.
We talked about it pregame too a little bit. Double A trying to figure out how to contain JP Dragus when he gets into the open court. He's able to make a lot of plays, high percentage scorer too. When you have that kind of volume and still shoot almost 50% from the field, it's pretty impressive what he's been able to do all season long. Really all career long for Madison. And
JP is an aggressor too. I mean, from what we have seen these first initial minutes, when he has the ball in his hands, he is controlling the pace of the game.
You can see where the referee is on the far side of the court. That's where he pulled that shot. 3-pointer away from Madison's up front iron, no good. Greats couldn't get that one to fall. Back on the Eagles. Geneva trying to get on the board here, and they're going to call that travel. They've been doing it more this season. And it just looked like Aiden Toy just picked up that foot a little bit early before he took that dribble, and ball goes back to the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, we've been talking about that all year long, Kyle. They're going to look, and it's going to seem like for a hot second, like, wait a minute, where did that extra step come from? But the officials have been told to do that and enforce that travel even more.
Listed as a forward, but Brian Perkins bringing the ball up. One of the team leaders in assists. Good pass inside, working in, laying it up long, no good. Good rebound on the inside by Smith. And now back comes Geneva.
Geneva has to take advantage here, their athleticism.
Smith with a fadeaway shot. That's no good. The ball going to be out of bounds. Going to stay with the Eagles. And the ball could not get corralled from Madison. Noah Barnes tried to grab it. Jamil Douglas going to check in for Geneva. Douglas Jr., 5'11" guard. And that was kind of the worry for both these teams. Size, not really a factor. They're both a bit smaller as three-pointers up off front iron. No good. And tip through, and that's going to go out of bounds, and it should stay in Geneva. Great job by Smith on the effort play. With Double A, we talked about that too a little bit in the pregame. Both these teams have been undersized, so it's going to be about obviously ball movement, making plays in the open court, and finding your open teammates.
Well, I'll tell you what, Geneva able to get an extra possession.
They have not been able to buy a basket at this point as Aiden Deemer's shot goes off front iron. Back comes Dragus. He passes corner, three-pointer on the way up, ball tip. Great defense. And they're going to call a jump ball there. And that should go back to Geneva. Yeah, great defense on the outside by Oros to close out on that three-pointer shot. Good find by Dragus, but better defense by Geneva.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, Madison, they're getting their guys open. And you can see here who other than JP is going to be that second scorer. They're trying to establish themselves immediately.
They're going to call another jump ball. Click on the whistle on the jump ball. It's supposed to go back to Madison. See, Geneva is really out of sorts right now when it comes to rhythm. They've had a few open shots, but haven't been able to hit those. And obviously, other possessions excluded. They've had some problems trying to find and some openings to get on the board here.
But if you're Geneva, it gives you hope at least here early. Defensively, they're still competing, and even with the last block, and they have the speed here to keep themselves in this.
Good ball movement by Madison. Again, seeing some doubles on JP Dragus already in this first quarter. Can't hide him. It's no secret. He is fantastic. Passing now, three-pointer on the way. In and out. No good. Place maybe exploded if that one went down.
They were waiting to, Kyle.
Seth Megan already has one of those threes in this first quarter, I should say. Just over 3 minutes to go in the frame. And still 9-0. Madison on top. Good defense by Dragus.
Looking for a clean possession here, Kyle, for the Eagles.
And they've got a three-pointer on the way. That's good. Jamil Douglas, the junior, gets Geneva on the board. 9-3. Dragus trying to respond off front iron. That's no good. Rebound grab inside in by Luke Barbo. He'll push the ball back into the forecourt for the Eagles. Passing back out. Deemer thought about that three-hill reset. And Geneva, we mentioned. 3-game losing streak. Trying to regain some form here as they head into the playoffs. Both these teams got one more game in the regular season. foul going to be called there, I believe, on Dragus. A little aggressive on the steal. Leads the team in steals, by the way. He averages over 4.5 steals per game, too. Aggressive as Max Steele, one of the other leading scorers, will check into the game for the Blue Streak.
And you're talking about a Madison team that essentially is dominated with a good chunk of seniors, on their team and on this roster. So handling a game like this is huge for them.
And again, no foul call. Layup is up, and that one finally gets called. Steele going to get caught with that one. Yeah, 3-point attempt on the inside here. Was a little bit short. Thought maybe there was a bump at the end, but it is going to send Jamil Douglas to the free throw line. He's got the only 3 points for Geneva so far, looking to close the gap even more and get a few more here. First free throws of the night for Geneva.
But you know what, though? What happens when you can't score? You find other ways to put points on the board, but when you get an opportunity, you want those free throws to go down.
Got to take advantage of every opportunity you get, especially if you're struggling a little bit shooting the ball from the outside. Douglas going to get a chance to split the pair here with 2:21 to go in this first frame. And he will. Knocks that one down. All 4 of Geneva's points going to Jamil Douglas. And it's a 5-point lead for Madison. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Drag is getting double teamed at the timeline. Passing through the inside. That ball going to be out of bounds. Just out of the reach of Seth Megan. The ball going to go back to Geneva.
We have witnessed games this year, Kyle, where the star player, you wonder when the opposing coach is going to decide to double the star player. Well, here in this situation, ever since early on, JP's been doubled. Madison's been a little bit cold here, streaky. It was too easy with the scoring.
Nolan Alberts checking back into the game, and Dom Magda as well for the side here, just trying to get some movement through. No good. Ball comes back.
Good job by Madison, not falling for the pressure.
Dragus 3 on the way. It is good. J.P. Dragus on no level this season brings the lead back up to 8. Inside, Barbo lays it in and gets the and one. Good response by Luke Barbo, the junior. He'll look for a 3-point play.
And he responded immediately there. First off, again, for Dragus, a great score on the outside, but Geneva being able to respond, going right in the paint, getting the and one opportunity. And this is what you got to do. Again, CVC Lake division, major implications here tonight. So this is what you got to do if you're Geneva. You got a chance to take it here tonight.
And the free throw is missed. Again, Bryce P checking in for Geneva. Also back in the game, Brian Perkins for Madison. Ball out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, the students in the front row getting a true front row experience. The speed and the physicality of this game.
Donnie Shimsky in the game for Geneva as well. No jump ball called there. Perkins trying to work, passing cross, score 3-pointer on the way. It's up. It's good. Dom Magda knocks it down. His first 3 of the night. Blue Streak's up by 9 again.
And he understands the assignment. He knows, hey, I got to be another scorer. I got to be another threat on the floor.
Great steal there by Albert. He's pressured. Perkins trying to get that back. Taken back. That comes Geneva. Kick inside. Layup is up. And no good. It's in and out. That one couldn't fall by Ploy. That's going to be a hard foul. They're going to call a foul on a block. Great job right there by Dragus to shuffle to the left, force a bit of a slide step by Bryce Pete. That's going to be Pete's first foul. Dragus can go to the line for 2, and again, we're on the Geneva side of the visitors.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that call, by the way.
Just want to point that out. They thought they had the charge there.
So Dragus heading to the free throw line. He knocks down his first of 2. Mark Stamper checking in for Geneva. Coach Bowser not afraid to play almost his entire roster for sure. Definitely likes to rotate, keep guys fresh.
And he's going to need to. His team has young legs, and you mentioned there, as second free throw goes down, a team that's trying to get back on track, but an opportunity to win their division here today, a league championship. Yeah, unload the bench.
3-pointer on the way is good. Luke Barbo knocks that one down. His second bucket. That one taken away. Great defense, but then taken back by the Blue Streaks. The ball almost taken away again. Perkins thought about that mid-range shuttle, pass back out. Albert thought about the three. He'll spin baseline. Albert passes cross court. Good ball move by the Blue Streaks. Three-pointer on the way. It's good. What a shot by Noah Creeks.
And what great ball movement by Albert on the baseline. Just the reverses and getting the ball out, finding the open man.
Suffocating defense. Three-pointer on the way. Off front iron, no good. Barbo trying to catch lightning in the bottle. Perkins grabs the rebound. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Perkins pushing, passing off. Got to put it up. Three-pointers up. No tip, and that is no good. And that'll end the first quarter. The score 20-9. The Madison Blue Streaks on top. The visiting Geneva Eagles here on CVC TV talking about tonight's score. Let's talk about our scoreboard sponsor, Independence Business Supply, of course, an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities in Cleveland, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the U.S. IBS is a business products dealer providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. Visit orderibs.com to learn more about their products and amazing customer service. Well, what a first quarter. Double-A for the home Blue Streaks. Of course, they've been in this position before, of course, on top of Geneva in the matchup earlier back in mid-December. And JP Dragas has been fantastic so far tonight, putting in a fantastic effort, already 11 points.
Yeah, and he is as good as advertised, coming into this game. You mentioned he had over 600 points this season?
He's getting close to it, yeah.
I mean,
28 per game. It's been unbelievable to watch JP play. And we talked about it, when you see someone shoot that much, you see, okay, percentages drop a little bit. Still just under 50% from the field, almost 39% from the three-point line. That's amazing.
Well,
the amount of quality, amount of shots he takes.
And Kyle was helping him. He has other guys, too, that's able to open the floor, space the floor. So, good luck double-teaming him the entire game if other guys are able to open and space the floor, make their shots too.
No one else on the team scores more than 8 points per game, but multiple guys score over 5. So you can get a bucket or two and keep moving the ball a little bit. If you can find 5 or 6 guys that can do that, you're in pretty good shape. As Geneva has the ball to start this second quarter. Great defense there by Dragas. Almost went out of bounds, and again forcing some tough action. Smith works his way inside, knifing through and scoring with the right hand.
The burst of speed there from Smith. And Geneva, credit to them, able to maintain a possession with the feisty hands of Madison.
Perkins almost had that one taken away, but recovered it, went inside and draw the foul. So that's going to send Bryant Perkins to the free throw line. Again, listed as a forward. He's actually a little bit smaller than some of the guys out there when it comes to height, but is one of the team leaders in assists, double-A. His ability to bring the ball up, dribble, and make plays on full display here in this first half.
Yeah, yes, and in terms of size on the team, yeah, he is one of the bigger guys on the team as far as size. Now, what we have not seen so far from either team is success from the free throw line, and that's going to play a part in a close game like this.
If her name isn't JP Dragas, you've missed a few here. His second shot up, that one's good. So that will give Bryant Perkins his first point. And here comes Smith, pushing the ball back up in the forecourt. Madison playing a staggered 2-3 zone. Trying to force some ball away from the Eagles. Now moving through and back into man. So it's a 2-3 zone until they get past half-court double-A. Then they switch back to man. Interesting tactic by Madison. That ball inside. Smith lays it up, lays it in. And that could be a bit of an issue when you get into those kind of moments if you switch defenses mid-play, just because, again, some miscommunication, some switches don't go the wrong way. And then an offensive mishap, and suddenly Geneva's got some momentum.
Yeah, and they are pushing it, up the floor. And you are right, exactly. Those defensive adjustments, if it's not caught early on, you do sacrifice quality defense on the back end if you're not able to get a steal or disrupt the drive at a half court.
They're playing a trap man type shot as that one's up by Deemer and no good off front iron. Tipped inside, good rebound, lays it up, lays it in. Great job there by Donnie Yashinsky. He gets his first bucket, and that'll lead down to 6.
And great rebound by him, too. Able to find the ball, hands up in the air, commanding the rebound and getting the score.
Blue Streaks on the other end, three-pointer is up, and that's no good. Rebound grab inside by Pete. He pushes the ball up. High pass, but that is Yashinsky. Ball going to go back to the Blue Streaks. And Noah Barnes going to check back into the ball game. There's been one man that hasn't been subbed yet for Madison, and that's number 5, J.P. Dragus. Expect him to play probably the majority of the game tonight.
Gonna have to.
Calf sleeve like he's Michael Jordan in the 90s. Love to see it.
Yeah, gonna have to. I mean, what you expect, right? 31 out of 32 minutes tonight. I mean, that's probably what you're gonna get.
Yeah, you're underselling that. He may play all 32. It's an important game for Madison. The three-pointer is up by Megan. No good. Tipped through and out of bounds. Going to stay with the blue streak. Because again on the rebound there, just could not get grabbed by Oros. Again,
Madison has to win tonight in order to have a chance at the CVC Lake Championship. Coming in at 8-4 in conference. Geneva right now currently 9-4.
Megan thought about that three again. They're double-teaming Dragus. As soon as he catches that ball, if it's a dribble or a basketball move, he's getting 2 people on him. Works inside, puts the mid-range shot and goes in. Dragus still finds a way going against the defense, away from the basket. Floats up a 12-footer off one leg. I don't know, we have Luka Doncic on the court tonight. That was
how did he make that? How did he make that shot?
Scorers find a way to score, my friend. They find a way to score. And he's 3 for 3 from the line tonight. I don't want to jinx him, but he's having a pretty solid game so far.
I'm not sure if he's left-handed or not.
I think he's right.
I'm pretty confident in agreeing with you with that.
But at this point, he's so good righty, he probably could shoot lefty and make it feed himself.
That's incredible. Because that's a weird angle with that kind of pressure away. You know, the only person I've seen do that kind of successfully, if you go back to 2004, Tim Duncan, you know, the Derek Fisher game, the real game winner before that, because that shot was missed, Tim Duncan had a fadeaway left jumper.
Another one.
Kind of like that.
And Dragus almost got that one to fall, too. That misses. Rebound goes back to Geneva. Again, when you're shooting that ball, as Smith puts up a 3, that's going to go off back iron. No good. Rebound inside by Barbo and puts it in.
And he has had some key plays. Probably his second or third key play of the night so far.
Yeah, Barbo right now leading the Geneva Eagles in scoring. It's 24-17. Going to try and make it 18 again. That was the first call on Brian Perkins, his first foul. Barbo has 7, looking for 8. And that one's good. Luke Barbo knocks it down the junior. That was a 6-point lead again. Geneva just hanging around now.
Yeah, I was going to say, remember the 9-0 run to start this game from Madison.
At one point it was 17-6. And again, yeah, just Geneva just hanging tough. It's a reason why they're 14-6 and 9-4 in division play AA. Despite the losing streak, they've still been in these games. Great defense there.
How about this matchup here?
Yeah, Douglas, and there comes the double. I think JP got at least some single coverage there for half a second. They had to remind him there's going to be at least 2 guys on the rest of the game.
True.
As Perkins tries to work. Good move by Brian Perkins working that matchup on Smith. That's fun to watch, too. Perkins going to pass it back out. Dragus working. Gets a bump, puts it up. Can't get it to fall off front iron. Douglas grabs that rebound. And that's going to be a travel. Yep.
Wow.
Yep, good call there by the referee, Luke Barbo. And he tried to do a step through, but the problem was he took an extra step before he put that dribble down. It was awkward because there wasn't a player there with him, but in the end, a good call despite Geneva fans not being friendly.
Yeah, and wow. Good job there, Madison. That player there, number 2, was in position. It's been a few of those plays where he's been in that position, and Geneva got caught.
Playing some volleyball too. There is Andrew Oros smacking the ball out of bounds. Perkins trying to find the open man in the out of bounds play. And there was an opening there by Barnes, but he'll pass back out. Dragus, 3-pointer up. It's off the back and no good. They said it was tipped though, and that's going to stay with the Blue Streaks. They normally not that off target, so he figured something had to happen there. Good defense.
Boy, this feels like a championship game, doesn't it? Really does, just with the defense. It's the second effort.
And Barnes trying to work inside, passing back out. They can get a reset up top. Dragus wants the ball, but he is just getting pressured left and right. He'll work inside, good split, lays it up, lays it in. J.P. Dragus on fire in this first half, despite being doubled for most of it. Back up to an 8-point lead.
And it's just incredible ball movement by him.
3-pointer Barbo on the way. That's no good. Rebound grabbed inside by Barnes. He'll dish it out. Here comes Dragus. Into the forecourt. Dragus going to work inside. Spin back right. Up shot. That one off back iron. No good. Grabbed by Perkins. Out to Dragus. Three-pointer on the way. It's no good. But there was a timeout called by Madison before the shot, so it won't affect the shooting percentage. And with that double, a good chance to remind you, hey, of our presenting sponsor of CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. Do yourself a favor. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. And of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV.
I'll tell you what, the energy here at Madison, our first time here in the gym, again, both of these teams new to the conference this year. We got 2 Madison games this week, and we'll be back here Thursday.
As the action,
the girls begin playoff action on Thursday, and we saw them earlier in the year against Edgewood.
Looked pretty good too in that matchup. Madison, as good as the Madison boys have been, the Madison girls actually have a better record, believe it or not. They've been fantastic this season as well, one of the better teams in the CVC. You mentioned playoffs, it's a whole new ballgame. Everyone's got an opportunity. That ball tipped, and aggressive play going to stay with the Blue Streaks. 3:11 to go in this first half. It's an 8-point lead as Connie Shimsky back into the game for Geneva.
You know, Geneva's had to spend so much time, and to their credit, they've worked hard defensively, but they have to work so hard is that their offense, I think, has been sacrificed in the second quarter.
Great backdoor cut, lays it up and lays it in. Dragus with another bucket. He's got 18 of the 28 points in this first half.
And I believe that was Burns there who was able to get that assist. Good backdoor cut to get the score.
That's the problem when you overplay, expecting a double team. The double team doesn't come. Great defense there by Perkins. He'll try and slow it down. And Perkins will dish it off. That ball tipped out of bounds by Smith. Going to stay with Madison, but again, they're playing up so far on Dragus. They're afraid of that three-point shot. He's just backdoor cutting that and getting behind the defense for easy layups and floaters. I mean, it's a problem they have to address, I'm sure. Coach Bowers is going to talk about that in the second half. You can't overplay him because if you do, he's quick enough to make
you almost have, and Kyle, you almost got to pick your poison, right? You know, you commit one thing, hey, don't give up anything downtown, but then what, right?
Yep, layup is no good on the inside there by Negan. Ball push, lays it in, and it's good. Great move by Caden Croy, his first basket. Good response, down to a 6-point game again with 2:20 to go in this first half.
One of the few offensive possessions that seem...
Oh, what a find by Dragus. Take interrupt, a great look to Noah Barnes. He lays it in.
And that's how quick these possessions are. I was going to say for Geneva, that was one of the few offensive possessions that seemed easy for them, but it came at the expense of their defense.
Yeah, great move inside as Caden Croy starting to heat up his second straight basket. He's back down again. Look at that now, a triple team. And they're going to call a foul and a bump. Yep, it's got to do with the body, not with the arms, because that was clean up top, but looks like Croy maybe bumped him a little bit. I think maybe Smith actually is going to get called for that. Could have took their pick at that point.
Yeah, they thought they was going to get a jump ball, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, Croy had possession of it pretty much. He knocked the ball out, but Smith came in with the body late, so it's going to stay Blue Streak basketball. 8-point lead. With 1:51 to go in this first half.
They're like, we tried everything. Like, double team, and you have the third guy's the help guy. Still didn't work out.
You start trying to bring a 6-man off the bench to play 6-on-5 and make sure you throw 3 guys on him. Dragus going to work left side. That ball taken away. Great defense by Barbo. He's going to push inside, lay it up. Can't get it to fall. Good defense there by Dragus coming back. Gets the ball taken away, comes back, plays defense on the other end, forces a tough shot. And Madison gets the ball back, no harm, no foul.
And Geneva needed that, obviously.
Perkins going to work inside. Left-handed layup is high and no good. Great rebound by Croy. He'll push it into the forecourt. Fast break opportunity. Layup is going to be up, and it's good. Good find there. And Donnie Shinsky knocks it down, his second bucket. It's back to a 6-point game with a minute to go in this first half.
But now with JP with the ball, he's doing the right thing. Let's slow this down, get this back to a pace that he wants and that his team wants for Madison. It's going to be an interesting ISO matchup.
The ball tipped, so he can take his time, get back across half court. He's got 10 seconds. There you go. Another double team. Got to move that ball, and he does. Megan has it. Oh, that's not good for Madison right now.
We're going to have to call time.
Yeah, they have no choice. He's down, and I think Shimsky even checking on him too. Dragus tight, got bumped. No foul called, and this is not good for the Madison Blue Streaks. Take away the fact he's the leading scorer. You never want to see a kid hurt on the court.
Yeah, obviously, hope he's okay. Gets right back up.
Good to see, just walking a little gingerly. Dragus may need to come out for the last 34 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say the only good news to this point is that there is 34 seconds essentially, so, you know.
Got that 6-point lead, have the ball too, so maybe you tell your guys to sit on here and just try and get that last shot. No shot clock in high school, so you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Dragus gets a well-deserved rest.
Now the key now is, will Geneva allow you to do that defensively?
If I'm pressing hard right now, if I'm Coach Bowser, because there is no primary scorer on this court right now.
You mentioned the second highest scorer, only with 8 points. Again, balanced scoring, but now you're going to find out where the scoring is going to come from.
Yep, I'm going to play a little bit off here, surprisingly. Yeah, Madison's just going to try and run some motion offense, try to get something easy.
That's right. If you're Geneva, that's good right there.
Great job by Barbo. Behind the back, lays it up, lays it in. What a take by Luke Barbo. Give me M1AA.
He waited for the moment and didn't try to force it. Waited for the moment, saw the opportunity, got the steal, and now it's an opportunity. Somehow, some way, this half could end with a one-possession game.
Wow. What a move by Luke Barbo. He himself has an impressive first half here. Free throw is up, and it is good. And JP Dragus back into the last 13 seconds here. Looking to get one more shot off. Working on the same side of the court he fell. Little Euro step. Dragus lays it up. Can't get it to fall. Tip ball taken by Geneva. 4 seconds and a foul called on Barnes.
Oh, my goodness.
Geneva has a chance to possibly tie the game, if not make this a one-point game. They're going to have to go, I believe, the full length of the court. Looks like they're going to sub back in Barbo, too, who is out for one possession. And yeah, now Madison going to press. Why not? Full court. No easy shots. Make it difficult to try and move the ball up.
Yeah, and everyone needs to come up if you're Geneva.
Smith, he's going to pass inside. That push shot is up, and it's no good. And a quick shot there from Bryce Pete, and that's how we end the first half that way. 30-27. We got a ball game here on CVC TV.
Let me say this before we break. The fact that this is somehow, Madison's dominated. JP has been unbelievable, but the 20 seconds that he's out of the game, you close this out, you make this a one-possession game. I mean, this is going to be something. And if you're Madison, not exactly the high that you expected going into the half after the way this game started.
Yep, we'll make sure to recap the first half for you, give you some stats, and get you ready for half number 2 from Madison High School. 30-27 to score. The home Blue Streaks on top of the visiting Geneva Eagles here on CVC TV. back in, folks. See right now here at halftime, 30-27. The home Madison Blue Streaks leading the visiting Geneva Eagles here on CVC TV. Again, Kyle Cornell joined alongside by AA Anthony Alford as always. Great first half for JP Dragus and company. Excuse you, my brother.
Excuse me. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
We've been full of great basketball in this first half here in Madison. And I had a few moments when we were off the air as well.
Sorry, that was good Gatorade. I'm sorry.
It's great Gatorade. Shout out to Pete, appreciate that. But yeah, no, JP Dragus had 18 of the 30 in that first half, but Geneva found themselves hanging around. Great closing of that second quarter to make this a three-point game. And we have ourselves an awesome second half on tap.
Yeah, and what has happened to this point, first off, Madison, I mean, what else can you say about JP? The scoring has been incredible. And I'll just say this for both of these teams. The ball handling skills has been incredible. That's been incredible. They have to make up, both smaller teams in terms of size, but they make up for it with their ball handling skills. We've seen some incredible scores, but Geneva is somehow, some way, even though Madison has pretty much put in work for most of the first half, Geneva only down by 3.
Maybe we're going to get a little bit of a longer halftime so JP Dragus can get some rest, but turns out they ended up cutting about 3 minutes off of it. And now there's some clock issues down there they're trying to get settled and sorted out.
So how about that? He went out. The injury occurred, and obviously you're hoping he's okay. The injury occurred with 33.9 seconds to go.
There was an immediate turnover and a three-point play, and then next thing you know, 15 seconds left. Back comes in JP Dragus.
Yeah. In a span of what, 3 minutes of real time, he's back in the game, and obviously the trainers were checking on him, making sure he's good. So.
He's going to start the second half AA, so I'm assuming he's good to go. And even if he wasn't, he's going to tough it out. He knows how much this game means to his teammates and to himself as well. He's had a fantastic season, and he wants to try and cap it off with a division title here with Madison and build even more momentum into the playoffs, beating a rival like Geneva in the late division. Obviously a big thing, too, to be able to sweep them this season, in the regular season at least, would be a huge accomplishment, too. And Geneva in their own right, a lot on the line for them. So the importance of this game showing up. And now we're double zeros over, and now on one scoreboard we have it right, the other scoreboard looks like it's out of commission. So we're cutting in half what we can see at this point here.
Well, at least it's not going by the referee's watch.
Got to roll on the boards from football on the inside to try and run some play clock and everything down, but nevertheless, we're back underway. Madison has the ball to start the second half, up 3. Wide open, Perkins inside, lays it up, lays it in. Great find by Dragus. Brian Perkins squeezes through for his first basket, but he's got 3 points now in the game and a free throw in that first half.
Yeah, and that's a good start there. And if you're Madison, getting back on the scoreboard is critical.
Barbo takes a 3 early, pushing the back for Luke Smith. Ball going to go back to the Blue Streaks. Great job by Perkins on the box out. And Smith, obviously physical, saw him do that on the football field. The football field, that'd be allowed, but unfortunately,
right.
Yeah, here, not so much. So Perkins, again, like we said before, listed as a forward, but his ability to dribble and find the open man, fantastic. So he's playing a lot of point guard for Madison. Actually, one of the top guys in assists on the team as well. There's Seth Megan up top, guarded by Smith.
I want to see if Geneva could settle in defensively and not allow the baseline once again. But I'll tell you what, they're getting hands in there. Barbaro is one of the guys that's getting his hands in there.
And the ball out again. JP Dragus dribbling a little bit too high. He opens the window to get that ball poked out. And Barbaro playing great defense. Perkins a little shifty too. He's been able to get some guys off their balance.
I'm telling you, man, the handles in this game has been incredible. You can tell they study their basketball here in Lake County.
They went to plan. Here's Dragus. He'll work inside, draw some contact, and lay it up. He works around Smith there and gets the bucket. That's 20 for Dragus.
Good score and great effort as far as earning those points. And that's what's great about Dragus. He's able to earn the points and find any way possible to score.
Can Geneva respond? This kind of happened too in the first half. Three-pointer up, off front iron, no good. Grabbed inside by Smith. He'll work in, go through, tough finish by Luke Smith. His third basket.
And you were starting to get to the point about what kind of was starting to happen from the first half.
Yeah, slow start, but now they proved me wrong there.
but they have to, because this time if they was going to have a big run, Geneva was going to be in deep trouble.
And hold there on Smith. You got to be careful. That's Luke Smith's fourth foul.
Already?
Already. Yeah, Smith is in foul trouble, to say the least. Drawing a tough assignment is now they're going to send Bryce Pete back out there. And that's going to result in Matt Steele checking back into the game. He'll come in for Seth Negan. Steele, another one of the guys that the third leading scorer on the team, but he's scoreless tonight because Dragus has been dominant with the ball, and nobody else has more than one bucket besides Dragus.
You know, earlier in the game, you know, the other guys were trying to work their way in and get those points and try to be the second and third option. We haven't really seen much of that, but, you know, they're leading, so we haven't had a chance to see that.
Steele trying to work his way through, pass inside. Good look, good defense by Geneva. Great block there by Oros. Back on the Eagles.
And great job by him going straight up and not committing the foul.
Barbo trying to work inside. He gets shut off by Perkins.
Perkins is a phenomenal defensive threat.
Excited there, ball passing over. Again, looks like Pete thought about that three, passing back out. Three-pointer, Barbo on the way. Gets it and out, no good. Grabbed inside, rebound. They pulled down. It's a loose ball. Wrong person with it. If Geneva there lays it up and draws the foul. Great job by Dragons. He works inside. That's who they give that one to.
And it's frustrating because even when you do everything right, he still has that extra gear to find his way to the free throw line.
It's so tough to stop scorers when they have their headset on getting to the basket. That one's going to be on Barbo. It's only his first. But Dragons going to go to the line again and knock down his first. Dragons tonight, perfect from the free throw line. He's 5 of 5. Looking to make it 6 of 6. That is up, and it is good. 22 points now for JP Dragus, and it's a 7-point lead for Madison here with just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And defensively, Madison, they're going to be tested in ISO situations.
Oh, good move inside, lays it up, lays it in. Bryce Pete, his first basket, good timing too. Lead cut down to 5.
And we were just talking about that, like just, you know, these guys, they're great with handles, so Madison got to lock in defensively in ISO situations.
Tell you what, Barnes got away with the travel there. He picked up his pivot foot. That mid-range shot not going to fall. Good box out over the back, going to be called on Barnes. Barbo with a great box out there. And yeah, Barnes actually moved both of his feet on the pivot there. Got away with a travel. And the basketball gods apparently were watching because the missed shot came out. Foul was called, and Geneva gets the ball.
It's amazing how that works. How it works out.
The Eagles going to try and make this a one-possession game again. They have an opportunity. Just hanging around. Good pass out. Good ball movement. It's spin inside. Lays up pass through. It's going to be on the pass. That would have been an easy layup there by Oros. Good movement by Pete, who's stepping up now in this third quarter. And that's going to be on number 24 for Blue Streets. Perkins, that's going to be his third foul. So going to watch for Brian Perkins, too. I'm going to say it was a shot.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah.
All right, so Pete was passing that ball, but they're going to call it a shot. He's going to get a chance at the free throw line and miss the first.
And an appropriate response for that miss.
No one. Albert checks in for the Blue Streaks. Calling me confused on that one. I didn't expect to hear one of those.
That was
a trumpet or was that a sound effect from the board? I'm assuming that was a trump or a
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was a tuba. Okay, so layups up. No good. Geneva keeps possession. Layup inside. Can't get it to fall. Still fighting for the ball. And a late foul. Are they going to be calling over the back, or what are they going to do with this? Good rebound by Pete on the inside. They're going to call Pete for the foul. Wow, so that's going to be the third foul on Bryce Pete. He's not got to be careful. As the foul's starting to line up, and I see Jamil Douglas come back into the game. Actually, I haven't seen Jamil a lot.
Yeah,
after
we
that
have.
First quarter, he started off hot. And since then, scoring the first 4 points for Geneva, he's been quiet. So we'll see if he can step up for him in this third quarter.
Well, the guy who has not been quiet is the man with the basketball now.
Yeah, that was a lazy pass on the slow pass. Here comes Geneva on the inside. Great foul and one. Oros gets the bucket. Great move inside. Andrew Oros, his first bucket, a chance for a three-point play.
But that was the first time this half, Kyle, that they decided to double JP. You know, you always have that question. Coach Eric Bowser talking about, like, hey, you know, when exactly you can utilize that double team. They do it here. It leads to the turnover and steal. And Geneva can cut into this lead.
Oros trying to make it a 2-point game. Free throw is good. Andrew Oros, 3 points, all in that possession. A 2-point lead now for Madison. Close as it's been since very early on.
Yeah, Madison's led the whole way so far.
We're stopping a score, and we're talking about a tie ball game possibly. Let's see if Madison can respond. Megan thought about that three, but he had Dima, Dima closing in right in on him there. And almost an aggressive play. He thought about a three-pointer on the way. It's good, Dragus. J.P. Dragus, just when you think you're in it, the Stars come to play. Great shot.
In deep range, too, and great recovery after the near steal.
Dragus all over the court. Making plays on offense and defense. Mentioned coming into the game. His scoring is what's known, but he averages almost 5 steals. Good pass inside. Layup is up, and it's good. Bryce Pete's been aggressive in this third quarter.
And great composed backdoor. Caught getting in there. Way to stay composed.
And both these teams fronting a lot of those plays. Good layup inside. It's going to be short. A bump going to be called, I believe, on Deemer. Aiden Deemer, the junior. Actually one of the taller players in the court at 6'2".
Yeah, they'll pass it in this game.
So it's going to send Max Steele to the free throw line. Again, one of the leading scorers. He averages about 7 points per game for this team, but he's scoreless so far tonight. Trying to change that here, and this is the first.
Of course, though, for me as a shorter guy, this is the type of game I can relate to. You know, these are kids that have to work hard. You know, they gotta do the extra things, extra ball handling. Like you tall people, you just 1-2 step, you're already down the floor. These kids work.
I'm offended by that. It's still touchdown. His second of 2 free throws.
I hope so.
Yeah, 4-point lead for Madison. Mark Stamper in the game for Geneva. He has the ball now at top. Also checking in for the Blue Streaks is Don Magda. He had a 3 in that first half.
No, that was a tough shot.
Yeah, contact, lays it up. Good rebound and finish there by Andrew Oro, staying alive. And look at the balance of scoring from Geneva. We know it's going to be Dragus on the one side, but Geneva keeping you guessing as far as who's it going to be on every possession.
On Madison's side, I'm a bit concerned on the defensive side about their lack of boxing out. You know, it's starting to become a little bit of a pattern here in this third quarter, and that's kind of helping Geneva get back into this game and staying in this game.
Yeah, again, only a 4-point game. That shot's up, and it's good. Big shot from 3 from Steele. You heard me talking about him. Now he has 4. 3-pointer on the way. Geneva trying to respond. Front iron, no good. Rebound grab by Steele.
Not the way. No, not the way. You're getting good possessions. You're challenging in the paint. Don't settle.
Dragus 3, good. And timeout going to get called by Geneva. Smart, as now it's a 9-point lead. I should say it might be a 7. I don't know if it's a 6 or an 8 on the scoreboard.
I believe that's an 8.
Okay, so it's actually only a 7-point lead. I hate to burst anyone's bubble down, so I'll cheat that. Speaking of scoreboards, let's talk about our scoreboard sponsor tonight, Independence Business Supply, Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities up over in Cleveland, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the U.S. IPS is a business products dealer, providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. You can visit orderibs.com to learn more about their products and amazing customer service. Well, JP Dragus doing what we know he loves to do, and that's score the basketball. He's getting those open looks, and he's making them pay for it.
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen for the most part Geneva. I just didn't like that last possession. You know, like you have them. You're starting to find something in the paint. Madison's they're having issues boxing out. You have the depth and size advantage in the paint. You don't want to settle for a quick possession where that takes momentum away from you.
Part of the comeback, if there is one for Geneva, is going to be with the guy with the ball in his hands. Barbo had a fantastic first half. He had 11 points. Going to need him to step up. In this third frame, speaking of which, Barbo working inside. He gets sent away. Great defense by Steele. Dragons grab the rebound. He passes cross court down, and there'll be a reset here. Hagen has the ball.
That was a great football pass.
I believe that's going to be, I'm going to call a foul off the ball, but maybe they're going to call him for a travel, but nope, it's going to be a foul. They're going to call that on Stamper. It's going to be his first, and that's going to send Dragus to the free throw line for 2 shots. Remember, no more 1-and-1 here in high school. It's all 2 shots after 5 fouls. Dragus going to the line and not the first one down. He's had a fantastic evening. We're going to see Donnie Shimsky check back into the game for Bryce Pete. Pete had a great third quarter, but now we're getting in the danger zone when it comes to Madison, and Dragon's really starting to heat up. Second free throw was good.
And showing his leadership, Kyle, from the free throw line, directing guys where to go. It's amazing, actually, to see Dragons when he doesn't have the basketball, how he's communicating with his teammates.
Stamper, three-pointer. That's going to be short, no good. Going to try and chase down his own rebound. That's going to go out of bounds. Going to stay with Geneva. Steele tried to grab it.
It's great effort when players leave the gym with the basketball, chasing the basketball on their way to the concessions in the lobby.
And Stamper will check out and will check in Hayden Deemer. Ball almost taken away by Dragus. Great chase down there by Shimsky. He'll pass off. Oros back to Barbo. He's going to work inside. That's going to be a bump. Going to foul there on Magda. And it should be the 4th team foul, I believe. It will be. So one more foul. We're talking about both teams in the bonus. Only 40 seconds to go in this third quarter, and it's a 9-point Madison lead. We've seen Geneva shrink that before.
Yeah, but Madison, knowing they can't let this get close.
They're going to call a travel on that. I don't know about that one. There was a dribble. There was no, wow. And the referee from the far half court with his back to the ball called a travel. You never see that. That's usually the baseline referee's call. Interesting play there, but it's going to go back to the Blue Scoops, I guess.
And now Madison can open this up. Well.
And there's your make good. There you go. Okay. Yep. Neither one was probably a travel, folks, but we're going to kind of make good on that. And now we're going to go back to square one.
Yeah.
Noah Barnes into the game for Madison, by the way. They're going to give JP Dragons a bit of a break. He's still barking orders, almost like an assistant coach out there on the sideline.
I was going to say, I think Coach Gustin has another member of his coaching staff.
He just happens to wear number 5.
Yeah.
20 seconds in the third quarter. Deemer thought about a 3. He'll pass off. Here's Barbo back to Deemer. Deemer again. Slide stepping, passing through inside. They're going over the back foul on Perkins. And that's going to be 4 on Bryant Perkins.
And that's huge. The presence that he has, number 24, the presence that he has for the Blue Streaks, for him not to be on the floor, especially defensively, it's going to be huge if he can't finish this game.
Talk about huge. Some big free throws coming up here for Shimsky. A couple of baskets, but can use a few free throws to cut into this lead. First one is up, and it's no good. Can't find its way inside the rim. Dragus and Crete's going to check it back into the game.
I still don't think Dragus has totaled up a minute of bench time.
Yeah, no, why not? Let him play. You said 31 out of 32. You're kind of closing in on that.
We're good there.
Up. Second free throw is off back iron. No good. Great rebound by Barnes. Will dish off. Here comes Dragus. He's going to get doubled and try to push through. Good find to Negan. Negan works inside, gets the ball tipped, plays it up, plays it in. Seth Negan, what a shot to push the lead to double digits as we head into the fourth quarter. And Double A, before I get your thoughts on the fourth, let's talk about our presenting sponsor for CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. And of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. Fourth quarter time. here at ChagrinValleyConference.com. 11-point lead for Madison as we head into the fourth. A much better third quarter for the Blue Streaks, obviously finding a rhythm. Geneva trying to find themselves again, a couple empty possessions. Madison able to obviously respond in tow and build that lead up a little bit.
And Madison, to their credit, midway through the third quarter, I mentioned defensively they were starting to show some cracks in the paint. That has changed. Now they are starting to really clamp down defensively. They're in Geneva's face, all throughout the floor. And, again, what else can you say about Dragons? He's been on the floor, I believe, this entire game for the exception of, 25 seconds of game action. And he is, and again, when you guys watch this game on replay, watch this game on replay. Watch him, number 5, when he doesn't have the ball. Watch him on defense when he's not guarding somebody. He is putting in maximum effort the entirety of the ball game.
And the foul going to be called there as we're underway in the fourth quarter. That was going to be on Barnes. It's going to be his third foul. So a couple different Blue Streaks starting to rack up a few of these foul calls. Dragons, by the way, coming into the fourth quarter already has 30 points. So he has had a fantastic game. Three-pointer for Barbo on the way. Off back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Dragons. He's going to push. Working inside. Dragons lays it up, draws the foul, and can't get the end one, but he'll get 2 shots. Take a seat on the stage. He earned it.
Yeah.
There you go.
He can do what he wants on this floor. He has absolute ball control, command. He has command of the entire basketball game. He is one of the few guys that we have seen all throughout the CVC who has the rare ability to know where everybody is on the floor at any given time.
31. Now for Dragons, who averages 28 a game, so he's eclipsed that. We still got 7.5 minutes to go in this ball game. As he knocks down another free throw. He's also perfect from the foul line tonight. He's been fantastic. His lead is up to 13. Largest lead of the game for Madison. They had an 11-point lead earlier in the first half that was closed by Geneva. And the Eagles need to start making some moves on offense. Three-pointer on the way. Off back iron, no good. Great rebound inside, but they're going to call over the back. Yes, they are.
That looked like a collection of Legos falling.
Don't step on those if you're down there. It's going to hurt your feet. And again, the Geneva fans on this side, which, by the way, both sides, pretty packed.
Yeah, they have been.
Not very far apart. We see Max Steele check back into the game. Perkins going to check out. That's the first foul on Shimsky. But the ball going to go back to the Blue Streaks. And again, Geneva, just a bunch of empty possessions in a row. And Madison, of course, we know they can score.
And we know it's been a scoreless drought for Geneva because on the scoreboard here in the arena, there's a missing dot, so we don't know if it's a 6 or an 8.
A great steal and a layup. That one is missed inside. Going to call a jump ball, I believe. They will. And that is going to go to the Blue Streaks. Great job by Madison on the missed opportunity there by Oros. Had a left-handed layup, just couldn't get it to fall. And again, Geneva's had a few opportunities. Now Luke Smith about to check back into the game here in a moment. He has those 4 fouls, so you got to watch him. He's really aggressive on the defensive end too, and it's going to have to be.
But you, at this point, you need him. You got right now. This game doesn't close in. Madison's going to win this ball game.
Three-pointer on the way. It's going to be short, no good. Oh, try to save it and does. Great job. And that ball going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it's going to go to Geneva. Wow, that ball was tipped around by a couple different players, but referee's going to give the sign to the red jerseys, and the Eagles will get the ball.
That was a great call, by the refs being able to run. And I'm not even joking because nobody tells the refs they're doing a great job, ever. That's why I will never be a youth referee. I don't care whenever I have kids and they need an extra referee for a kindergarten game. I'm not doing it. Y'all not booing me the way that
full-time not going to be taken.
These refs are working hard. You will not boo me.
Oh, my goodness. Bye, Geneva. Well, you know who we're not going to boo? Our presenting sponsor for CVC TV, of course, the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery. It's not just Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Joe Weber. AAA.
Yo.
Ask me what their specialties are.
What are their specialties?
Good question. Well, dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and get this, trauma reconstruction.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, man, for all your oral surgery needs, go ahead and do yourself a favor. Visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. That's www.ohsurgery.com. And, of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and
the Chagrin Valley Conference.
And CVC TV.
It's CVC TV.
You were so close.
No, I was. They've been great
jumping with the student section.
I know. Again, our sponsor has been phenomenal with us all throughout the year. Basketball, football, all of our sports that we have on CVC TV and on YouTube. And our sports information director, Steve Hare, does an unbelievable job with the coverage.
I'm still not convinced that Steve actually exists. I've never actually met the man. No, I'm kidding. But he's the definition of Oz, if you're ever wondering.
He does a great job with everything, with the website, and of course with the media days that you hear before every season, the winter, spring, and the fall. I want to mention this as well. One of the reasons why I was a little off track, Madison has a prep band here. If you've been listening to the broadcast, of course, you've been hearing the band. That's not from the speakers. There's an actual band here, and I'm overly curious why more schools don't invest in a prep band, for basketball. I think it's an incredible addition.
It's great for the ambiance, too. Also, when players miss free throws, the tuba can go off a little bit, apparently. And that's going to be a block on the inside of the pass. So that's going to be on Dragus. It's going to be his third. So for Geneva here, too, and if you're Coach Bowser, I think you go right at Dragus. Kind of have to at this point, right? Try to get him out of the game. Maybe if you get him a few more fouls here, you get him in trouble. I mean, that's
it's easier said than done, right?
Yeah, smart player. They're going to try and go right at him. Move inside by Smith, and he gets into fall. Talk about the aggressiveness of Luke Smith. He's going to have a chance for a three-point play. See who they give that foul to. Okay, they're going to give that to Barnes. Now, it's going to be Noah Barnes' fourth foul as well. He's going to check out. Actually, it's going to be Steele who checks out. And it's going to be Perkins who checks back in. Brian Perkins also has 4 fouls. So 2 starters right now in some foul trouble for Madison.
But no surprise, though, the way this game's been physical the entire way. So you kind of expect, both these teams, they run deep, especially Geneva. So you kind of expect this. But with 6:20 to go right now, defensively, Geneva may have to start taking some chances here and find a way to get the ball out of the hands of Dragus.
Dragus dishing off. Corner 3 on the way. Gritz is good. Noah Gritz knocks it down. That's his second three-pointer of the game. Big time stepping up. Second shot from Gritz. And again, it's 13-point lead. Geneva tries to respond, and they do. Andrew Oros knocks it down. Back to a 10-point game.
Great response there. But Gritz, number 2, he's had some critical defensive plays as well earlier in the game that kind of turned things around. For the good thing, he's wide open again.
Another 3, that one off front iron, no good. And that one going to go out of bounds. Going to stay with Madison. Barnes fought for it. A couple of subs checking in for Geneva. Going to see Jamil Douglas check back into the game. Barnes going to take a seat. They're going to give Nolan Albert, the junior, for Madison back in, number 12. Dragus working outside, taken away. Good job by Smith. He'll dish back up. Bagos going to work inside. Laid up right hand. No good. Rebound grabbed by Dragus. He'll push to the forecourt. Perkins is a lane inside. And he's going to get called for a travel. Shuffled the shoes in the drop step. At that point, when you're in a full sprint double A, just take the block and go reverse.
Yeah.
Because you're going to turn the ball over like that if you try and stop. And floors aren't as sticky as they used to be.
Well, he's probably thinking that was a smart basketball play, and the defender is going to go over top of him. But a slippery floor, that does not work. Your pivot will not stay on the floor.
Yeah, at that point, you just got to try and find a way. That ball going to be out of the reach of Oros, and going to go back to Madison. Can't have turnovers right now for either team in this moment. If you're the Blue Streaks, you want to build that lead and keep it up double digits. If you're Geneva, obviously you want to cut into it. Every possession you lose, more time comes off the clock.
And that's why Dragus is slowing this down. But watch that help defense.
Yeah, those passes have been tough. Good pass inside by Perkins. Great job by Negan to hold on to that ball and not get blocked. Madison will reset. Dragus going to have that possession. He's going to work through that double team, passing over. Reeds. Cadman range shot, passes off. Dragus again. Good
my goodness!
Three-pointer. It's good! J.P. Dragus
And he's telling his fans, let's go.
Unbelievable. 3 on the way from Geneva. That's no good. Dragus going to fight for the ball. It's going to go to the Blue Streaks.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. 35 for JP Dragus tonight. What an inspired effort. 13-point lead with 4:25 to go in the game, and Dragus has the ball.
And Dragus is back in control again, communicating where he wants his teammates. He has full control of this offense.
Pass over to Negan, back up to Dragus. They're content with taking their time as Dragus almost loses his feet and balance as Smith comes over to double.
Good no contact.
Yeah, Perkins working his way through, tries to spin back inside. He's triple teamed now. Collapsing, Perkins lays it up right hand. That's no good. Smith had it. Oros corrals it. That comes Geneva. They need some points in a hurry. Oros thought about the 3. He'll pass back out to Smith. Smith going to take a 3. That one's up. Back iron. No good. Grabbed inside. Lays it up. And no good, but 2 shots coming. Great job there by Caden Croy. And he'll get 2 free throws.
Great effort in the paint there for him to get the offensive rebound and stay in it here. But they're going to have to take some gambles. First off, make free throws here, but then you're going to have to take some gambles defensively.
If the ball's not in Dragus' hand, you got to attack. Good person there. As the first free throw is in and out. He didn't get it to fall as Croy. There's more of the trombone there as Barnes checks back into the game.
They say it's a complete team effort. It also goes with the student body of the prep band.
The prep band, yeah, you got that right. Croy, the second attempt on the way is up, and that one does fall in and good. Caden Croy with 5 points. Dragus going to inbound it. Over to Negan. Oh, Seth Negan working through. Over to Perkins. And they're going to call a travel on Perkins. Slide maybe the pivot step, not sure, but nevertheless.
Those travels are being called.
Wow.
They're being called.
12-point game, 3:40 to go. Neva trying to cut it into again. Boy, going to pass over. Douglas makes a man fall.
Cross.
Passing inside. Layup is up, but they're going to call an offensive foul. Douglas lost control of the body on the pass. Great job on the inside. I think that was Dragus who drew the charge, too. Unbelievable. Laying his body on the line. The guy has 35 points tonight. It doesn't matter. Still defensively able to make plays like that. Forcing an offensive foul, and now with the ball in his hands on the offensive end.
But here's the thing, though, too. Some of these calls that might have not been called early in the season. This is how the postseason is going to be called.
Oh, Dragus inside with the right hand, reversing scores. And timeout going to be called by Geneva. Down 14, 3:11 to go. Coach Bowser wants to talk it over. And man, Dragus having an unbelievable night. 37 points and counting. We talked about it. He's almost outscored Geneva by himself tonight with his effort. And he's been able to get a couple guys. Creed stepping up with 6 points. Perkins obviously being able to move the ball, play good defense. Score 3 in his own right. No one else jumps off the stat sheet scoring-wise, obviously. When you have one player score that much, it doesn't show up. But the defense from Madison, too, forcing Geneva into some tough shots and showing up really in this third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, and some rush possessions, and the best, Geneva's been chasing this entire game. And, just when they've been able to, or try to get over the hump, Madison's been able to clamp down defensively. They've been able to score offensively, and they've been on point. But again, I want to make this point. Look at the officials. I understand people may not be happy with the official, but in the postseason, as that's going to be a turnover, in the postseason, which for these teams start next week, this is how it's going to be called.
Yeah.
The refs are going to call. If you travel, that's going to get called.
Smith going to work inside. Try to take an offensive foul, but Smith good to move his body through and avoid most of the contact. Dragus trying to take another charge, but couldn't get that one to get called.
Now, if you're Madison, your teammates, you got to come up and, Geneva's going to lay off here with JP with the ball.
They'll pull that double here as soon as he gets past half court, but now again, ball movement. There's going to be open players. That ball tipped out, big hands there from Croy. And now Max Steele going to check back into the game, another ball handler.
I thought, Kyle, they were going to press even on Dragus, but
There's
you're right.
6 players on the court right now for Madison, and Creed's going to check back out. I think he was a little confused.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But you're right. You had that help defense coming in once Dragus comes to half court.
And Dragus will take his time. He's got 10 seconds to get that ball past the timeline. And normally about now is when you see a double, but it looks like they're going to let Smith.
Here it is.
And it comes in late. Good pass by Dragus, left his feet.
Depends, too, on which side he goes.
Still going to pass inside. Work through Negan. Going to draw the foul. And not staying on your feet. Neil Douglas going to get called for that foul. On the pump fake, you're always trained to keep your feet on the ground. Just put your hand up. And that time Douglas wanted to get that block, but instead it's going to be free throws.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here. So, Madison's able to hang on. We're in for a photo finish in the CVC Lake Division.
It's going to be crazy. 4 different teams all vying for that division title. Is Negan able to rattle in that first free throw?
And you mentioned, Kyle, coming into this game, Geneva had a 3-game losing streak. And, you start to wonder right now, getting the right mindset. They played hard tonight. It's not like the effort has not been there.
Yeah.
But how can they get into that right mindset so that second free throw goes down, before their last regular season game, and then they're going to be in postseason action on March the 2nd.
It's got to be a quick turnaround. You got to get your minds right. Great defense on the inside. Up almost taken away by Dragus. Three-pointer up from Barbo, and it's good. His first points of the second half coming at a big time. Under 2 minutes to go now. 11-point lead for Madison.
Now, if you're Madison, these last 2 minutes are going to be the longest 2 minutes you can imagine.
Negan going to reset. Perkins has the ball on top, and they are more than happy to take their time here. Great defense, but a foul going to be called late on Coy, I believe. Nope, they're going to call that on Barbo, so that should be, I believe, Barbo's third foul, and that's going to be a timeout taken, 30-second timeout by Geneva. So, and I believe when we come back to that should be free throws. For Madison, up 11, looking pretty good right now, but we've seen crazier things happen, and Geneva's got enough guys that can hit shots where you never know.
All it takes is one stop on one end of the floor, you hit a big shot on the other end with quickness, and then voila, it's a whole new ball game. That's why I mentioned again, for Madison and Coach Nick Gusting's talking to his guys right now, trying to organize, getting smart matchups, smart, situations going on. But again, from what we've watched here tonight, number 5, JP, he's like Drags. He's another coach on the floor.
He love that, by the way, for your leaders. To be able to step up and have that kind of impact and that kind of communication skills with all of his teammates, fantastic. Is Negan able to knock down another free throw? It's 6 now in the game for Seth Negan. He's actually tied for the second most points.
Yeah.
On Madison's team. Of course, Dragus had a fantastic evening. His Negan's second free throw is good. And again, 13-point lead, 1:37 to go. And Madison not going to let Geneva just walk up the court here. Full court pressure on the man.
How about that?
Smith passing on the right side. That ball taken back. Good move. Deemer, 3 on the way. It's good. Aiden Deemer, good time to make his first bucket. And a full court press going to get put on by Geneva here. Down by 10. Passing through, and was there a timeout call? There was. Blue Streak's going to call that timeout. Coach Gustin able to get that before a 5-second violation.
And Gustin, if you coach, you notice he was right with the official for the entire. As more cheerleaders do flips, he was on the entire time with the officials. Just keep it track. Sometimes you see that in football, where you see the head coach waiting for the right time to call that timeout, and they stand right next to the official. Coach did that right there.
Smart play. Almost kind of wonder, too, with the game that Dragus has had, he's obviously made all of his free throw attempts tonight. He's inbounding the ball in that situation. He almost wanted to be the one getting that inbounds pass, because you imagine there's going to be pressure and a foul, and how he draws contact so well. I mean, I know he's tired.
I wonder what they were trying to do was him inbounding and then immediately getting the ball back.
That's also a possibility, too. That quick pass back to the inbounder is a way to catch a defense off guard, because usually the inbound defender will try to switch and guard the person with the ball for a quick double team. It could leave the person that passes the ball in open, so it's a possibility, but there we go. Now we're seeing Negan inbound the ball, so I wonder if Dragus is going to be the one to try and get this one here. There he is. He's got it. He get doubled immediately, and there's the foul. Again, great job by Dragus. He sells contact so well.
I thought Geneva had a steal.
And if that's on Smith, that may be number 5. We'll see who they give it to. They're going to give it to Deemer. So Luke Smith avoids the 5th foul, but it does send J.P. Dragus to the line tonight. He's 10 of 10 on the free throw. So he's had a fantastic evening.
And what's the score right now? 63-53?
10-point difference. There you go. His first free throw is up, and of course I jinxed him. He misses it. Here we go.
Good night.
This is the part where all the fans on the Madison side run over to me and want to slap me for saying something. Still 10 of 11 is not bad. We'll take that.
I don't know if he'll take it, though.
Yeah, he'll take this one, though, as that one's good.
And then watch him sprint right back to his guy.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Great defensive effort, great overall effort, too. Working inside is Ploy, who actually gets sent away, and Dragus has the ball. Smith almost got that steal, dishing off to Steele. Next, still going to pass off. He's going to draw a foul. Now, Ploy tried to muscle his way inside the other end and just couldn't get the layup to fall. And 58 seconds to go, an 11-point game. Starting to get into tough time for Geneva to try and close this gap.
Yeah, now if you're Madison, now this, close out, hit these free throws. Because Dragus might be off camera here, but at half court gathering his guys.
And Steele able to knock down that first free throw. He's got 5 tonight. Oros checking back into the game, another shooter. Then Geneva's going to try and get a quick shot off after this free throw, make or miss. Off back iron, no good. Oros grabs the rebound. Pushing into the forecourt, passing cross. Smith, three-pointer on the way. Front iron, no good. Grabbed by Oros. Luke Smith again, another three-pointer. That one off front iron, no good. Tipped through and grabbed by Steele. He's got the ball. Was that a jump? Nope, they're going to call timeout. Good job there by Dragus. He's like right in front of the referee, like, hey, timeout, 30 seconds, timeout. So
I'm sorry, I just love I'm sorry, I'm doing a disservice probably to the rest of the game, but just watching him just operate.
One of the best leaders we've seen probably all season long, as far as on the court, his presence too.
Yeah.
Beyond just obviously scoring 38 points,
yeah.
His ability to lead on both sides of the ball. You don't see many players do that anymore.
Kyle, he has command of everything that's going on every second, and we've harped on this all game. But it's just amazing even to see late game situations like that. Hey, we have possession, timeout, timeout, timeout.
I think the family's into, Mr. Dragus, of course, the AD for Madison. So he's got that background, knows the system in and out, and obviously the relationship with Coach Gustin, too, and that coaching staff, phenomenal. And they trust this guy to do the hard work on the court.
In a lineup, 4 out of 5 of the players in the starting lineup are seniors.
And Dragus he dribbles into the forecourt. And there's the foul. It's going to be on Shimsky. So now Dragus has a chance for a 40-point game. He's got 2 free throws coming up, which normally sounds like a huge feat, but for Dragus it sounds like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So he's going to get a few shots here. First one is up, and that one is good. What a game for J.P. Dragus, the senior. Came in tonight with 559 points. He's able to score 2 more points. He'll have 600 for the season, which is phenomenal. He did 41 tonight. He's got 39 now. And make it 40.
So he's a point away from 600?
Point away from 600 on the season, which is phenomenal. Three-pointer is up for Geneva off front iron. No good. Ball going to go out of bounds. And going to go back to Madison with the wins going to improve to 15-6. They are now going to be on a 3-game win streak tonight. Great time to get hot before the playoffs start. Geneva going to lose their 4th straight game. It's going to be tough as Dragus does get that ball. Under pressure again, going to pass through, and good job by Megan
I'm
to grab
shocked that ball did not hit the baseline.
Yeah, Barnes going to pass it back off to Megan, over to Dragus. He'll hold on to possession here. Dragus going to work inside, going to try and lay it up. Little English, and he gets it to go. 600 points in the season for Dragus right there. 601, I should say.
601.
Smith fires the 3. That one's good. Luke Smith knocks it down. 4 seconds, and that is going to do it. Here for Madison, the final score 69-56. The Blue Streaks win their 3rd straight. And now the Lake Division gets a little more interesting in the CVC. Both these teams now can have 9 wins. Geneva going to fall to 9-5. Madison going to be 9-4. So some craziness here, but the Blue Streaks with a big win. JP Dragons a huge night, 42 points in the win. Double A, your thoughts on the game as we move closer and closer to playoff basketball?
First of all, the energy in this building was electric. It still is. Still is. It's going to be tough getting these kids out of the gym here. The students showed up. Dragons, you can't say enough about that young man. To me, the points, yes, it's impressive, but what he does off the floor, what he does while he's on the floor, when he does have the ball, to me that is even more impressive than the points. But he has earned those points, leaving here with 601 points. But now it's going to come down, and we'll talk about a little bit of the playoffs or conference league scenarios here in a second. But for Madison, turned out to be a wire-to-wire victory. Start the game off, 9-0 run. Dragons set the tone for the game. And Geneva tried to play catch-up. They tried, but they could not get enough clean offensive possessions. And they were playing chase mode all game, and they had a bad scoring drought in the third quarter, and that kind of put this game away.
And again, just you mentioned the amazing effort. JP Dragons, of course, our player of the game tonight. 42 points. And in its own right is enough, but his defensive ability too, all the steals he grabbed, rebounds, good ball vision as well, bringing the ball down the court. Obviously faced a double team pretty much from the beginning of the game all the way through the end. Fantastic job, JP Dragons here, CVC TV player of the game. Mentioned, when it comes to the late division now, things are getting a little bit interesting. Obviously, playoff basketball right around the corner, too. But in division now, there's 4 teams that have a rightful stake, of course, to the division title. But it is nuts right now.
Yeah, they do. And again, because of, you got the actual playoffs next week. I don't know how it's going to work out, but Commissioner Don Lewis, they're going to figure out
good luck, Don.
A tiebreaker situation if it comes down to it. So here we go. So on the 23rd, so I believe that's a Friday, Geneva, they're going to host Crestwood. Now, Crestwood is one of the teams that's in there. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what happens. Check ChagrinValleyConference.com. If they win, I believe they're playing tonight. If they win, that game's going to mean a ton in the Lake Division. And then Madison, they go on the road in Ashtabula to face Lakeside on the 24th. If Madison wins that game, I believe they're in the driver's seat to win the Lake Division. You mentioned I don't know how all the tiebreakers are going to work. It's going to be determined in the office, as they say. But Madison did get the head-to-head over Geneva.
They've won both games now in the season, so that's huge.
So you have that. So
Perry's involved too.
Perry's in there. They played tonight.
Yeah, of course you mentioned Edgewood in their own. They have a 3-game win streak. Also Jefferson's on a 6-game win streak going into their game this evening as well. 8-5 in conference play. They win. They make things obviously a little murky and interesting too. So it's a crazy situation here in the late division. A lot of good teams just kind of going through the motions. Everybody's hanging out.
We'll see. And this is what happens, right? Geneva, if they would have won today, conversation's over.
Yeah, they pretty much wrap it up.
That it would have been pretty much wrapped up, and that would have been that. But hey, we're back here Thursday.
We are.
Got a big girls game. They start their playoffs this week. Madison, they're going to face Hudson on Thursday, and I cannot wait to see the Madison girls team. We had them earlier in the year.
18-4 AA. What a fantastic season. Now they didn't actually win the division, I don't believe. Because they went 10-4 in conference. That was a crazy conference, too.
I think Edgewood's in the same conference.
Yeah, Edgewood went 19-1. The girls' team went 13-1 in conference play. I mean, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Geneva girls, too, also 18-4. So these teams, they know each other so well. And it was obviously great to see. And the Madison girls' team, too, also fantastic. So that's going to be a great matchup coming up on Thursday for us. Right back in this gym. Final thoughts on these teams before we head out?
Again, they're both playing their best basketball. Geneva had an excellent effort. It just didn't work out, but they have one more game, both teams, hopefully with the league in stake. And then They're working on this buzzer.
They're doing something crazy with the other scoreboard still has zeros all over the place.
They're working on this buzzer.
Fouls. Yeah, it's crazy.
We'll talk more on Thursday.
We will for sure. Double A, man, appreciate you so much. Of course, thank you to the sponsors for, of course, here on CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, as well as our scoreboard sponsor, Independence Business Supply. Of course, for Double A Anthony Alfred, I'm Kyle Cornell. Thanks to the guys behind the scenes, Pete, everyone behind the cameras, making things stay on, the lights literally on for us. Appreciate you guys so much. The final here, once again, 69-56. Madison gets the win and has a stranglehold right now in the Lake Division. We'll see if they can hold true to that as we end the season here in just a few short days. Back here for Madison on Thursday night. We'll see you then on CVC TV.